Hello everyone, this is D-Infinity-X, and welcome back to Semi-Hardcore Space Engineers. So why am I in a ship very slowly heading towards the asteroid? No, the space station. Um, a lot happened, and a lot of it was ruined because my audio was really off, which is really unfortunate. So to basically recap what happened, I went to go get cobalt. I ended up with, oh geez, 3 million cobalt. I think this is going to end a lot quicker than I thought. I didn't pay attention, wasn't paying attention. I can't believe we ran into a random asteroid. Um, I don't know if that was good or bad. I can't believe we hit a random asteroid out in space. Did we lose anything important? It doesn't look like it. I'm most worried about the thrusters. So what had happened was I went and got the cobalt. And then while the cobalt was processing, we opened up on this ship, which, if I'm not mistaken, it's a Harpy. So we opened up on the Harpy. I went to go claim it, and in claiming it, I ended up dying. And then I re-caught up to the Harpy as it was flying away from the base. It was missing thrust in one direction and had thrust override in another. I had to reconfigure the ion thrusters so that we had thrust in all directions, and we ended up 60,000 kilometers away from the asteroid base. Not asteroid base, the space station. So I have been slowly making my way back to the space station, and I hope we can, well, A, I'm about to run out of oxygen, so I'm likely going to die. B, yeah, I'm just hoping we can get this thing parked somewhere. And we are close enough that when I do eventually run out of oxygen, I should be able to fly back to this and get it heading towards the station once again. And I'm just going to hasten the, well, I could just do this. Yeah, that makes way more sense. Oh, this does not make way more sense. Why am I here? Oh, this game. This game. Actually, I think this worked out because I am actually closer to the ship than I would have been if I had respawned at the space station. So that's nice. And unfortunately, this is probably the closest I've been recording to when the episode is going to come out in almost 2 months, because I have been doing a lot of overtime. Really? Oh, that's so annoying. But basically, yeah, this is the closest I've recorded to an episode coming out, because this should come out on Saturday and it's currently Monday, in like 2 months. Basically, I've been doing a lot of overtime. In May, I was moving, so we had to spend a lot of time, pretty much all of my free time, getting everything set up. We're about 90% set up at our new place. But then in June, I have been working a bunch of overtime, which is eating away the rest of my overtime. I think last pay period, I did 112 hours of overtime. And then there was 30-ish. No. It was closer to like 12 on the last one. So in essence, I've been trying to play Space Engineers whenever I had free time, which has which has been not very often. Not to mention, I do think that this series is very close to being over just because of A, the lag, B, I'm almost ready to start taking on Factorum. I just haven't had the time to finish the ship because it's such a long process. Okay, I need to be very careful not to die this time. And to retrieve my backpack. Thank you. But yeah, it's the whole point of this series was to take on Factorum and get the endgame things. And we are very close to that. And then I've been really looking forward to doing the extra hardcore series, and it will likely be about the time that I'm hoping the next update comes out. I have to look that up real quick. But basically, I know the next update is going to be expanding survival, which is obviously the reason I play Space Engineers. I'm not a big into shipbuilding. I'd much rather play, like, I love the survival aspect, so I can't wait for the next update, which will expand on that. And then I'm really looking forward to the ultra hardcore series that I'm planning, which is just going to be a lot of very challenging mods. It's going to make me play the game a whole lot different, I think. I also just realized that I probably started or respawned at the Asteroid base because I was closer to the Asteroid base, which makes complete sense. I forgot that that was a aspect of the game. So yeah, no, that makes total sense. Now I'm still debating on what mods I want to add. I definitely know realistic thrust is going to be in there. I'm debating between atmospheric, realistic atmospheres, or realistic orbits. Realistic orbits would make it extremely difficult. I think I really haven't seen too many playthroughs using realistic orbit. It would definitely be a challenging one. I forgot to say, the main reason why I'm even bothering taking this back is because it does have a small amount of material that we can refine. In fact, looking at it now, it really, really probably wasn't worth the effort of me. I think I spent almost a half an hour trying to get this thing slowed down and then flying it back to the station here. I think the main reason why I wanted to capture this ship was just because it has so many grids, which will be helpful in finishing off the thruster pods on the attack ship. That was the other thing that I thought of while I was over the last week. I can turn one of the thruster pods into, in theory, a missile because it has a remote control, it has an antenna, it is heavily armored and massive. I basically created 4 missiles that I can use. Oh, please don't run into the station. I may have massively overshot this. That's fine. But I can turn each one of those thruster pods into a missile, which would be amazing for taking on especially a big ship that is overwhelming us. I can just fire a thruster pod at it, which would be honestly hilarious. Ooh, did I overshoot or did I get it pretty close? Pretty close. I did comment on how my parking of Red Dwarf seems to just keep getting worse and worse, which is honestly funny. I did overshoot by just a little bit, but that is fine. Oh, no, yep, we're going to come to a halt. Pretty close. All right, I'm going to let this thing come to a halt, and we are going to paint it to the pretty pink so that it gets added to our inventory. Yeah, this was a hassle getting this back here. That is fine. I hate when I accidentally vent all over the atmosphere because then the med pod, I still need to put the med pod someplace where it doesn't get decompressed. Or medical room. Why is it taking so long to get the atmosphere back in here? That is concerning. But yeah, if we look at this, we have 3.6 million ore of cobalt. When I got the cobalt back to the station, we were at 8,000. So our refineries are going to be working for a long time getting everything getting everything processed. But it does look like a lot of the thrusters are now done. I can still see some holograms over there, so we've still got a little bit of waiting. I'm trying to figure out where I want to put this medical station so that it's safe. And I mean, down here makes the most sense. Yeah, I might as well. I wanted to kind of connect it to the station so I could just walk through. That still may not be a bad idea. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. All right, I think I have the medical bay pretty much sorted. It's going to take a while to build, but this one I'm going to set to decompress. Decompress on. This one I'm going to leave as normal. This one I'm going to leave as normal. And then hopefully we have enough air gap that this room never gets decompressed. So this will be pressurized. Then when I open this will be pressurized. Close that. And then when I open this will be depressurized. Yeah, so we should have a gap to prevent it from opening, or from this room being decompressed. It still will likely get decompressed, but yeah, there's way too many doors too close together. They're opening up in weird patterns. That's interesting. I'm going to sit in this cryovet for a minute while this finishes building. Well, this isn't great. We lost something inside of here. How we lost something inside of here, I am unsure of. Oh, that's not good. We lost a hydrogen tank. Oh, that's interesting. I think I'm going to preempt. What do we need? Need to figure out. Yeah, we're going to preempt by building a reinforced conveyor tube there instead of just a tube. So that when the cargo container or the hydrogen tank does get fixed, it'll be stronger than just a tube. I need to redo that on all of those, I think. Granted, that was from the abomination flying in. I'm assuming it somehow popped the hydrogen tank. It would explain why this is having trouble running, or why this wasn't connected, even though I thought it was. Okay. No, and is that an asteroid? Yeah, I would assume that's an asteroid. Okay. We are connected, and I'm realizing that the building repairs were likely off, which is why things are running so slow. Yeah, why are they off? So many asteroids everywhere. Oh, we could poke a dangerous Reaver encounter. That could be fun. Now, in theory, we should be close enough. Okay, why does it do that? To see that pirate scout or whatever it is. Apparently not. Ooh, what's that? That is a asteroid. Because the pirate scout has been searching for stuff. You know what? Let's see what this is all about. And actually, I'm more curious about the wandering merchant. We'll fly by both of them. It's fine. Yeah, there is nothing at the pirate thing. But I'm curious if I can sell stuff to this traveling merchant. Unfortunately, there is not a whole lot I can buy or sell. I could buy prototech panels. Yeah, I'm good. Let's go see what this pirate thing is all about. That's the mech boss. Pirate Scout, come here. Ooh, we actually have signals now. And it looks like potentially a small station. We'll see. I'm assuming it's going to start shooting at me very, very shortly, as my computer is struggling to keep up. I'm going to start strafing here. Well, this thing is tiny. Ooh, hello. You can take out the autocannon turret there. Or assault cannon. There we go. This is a tiny little ship. All right, well, its weapons are down. But assume its brain is somewhere. That's a battery. Somewhere in here. I'll have to take a look and see if I can find it. I just saw a mayday. This little drone really isn't worth it. Let me see if I can see anything. Well, this is definitely updated because it's got an AI on it. Thought I was grinding the broadcast controller. Ah, that's fine. I'm trying to see if I can pick up that mayday again. Or just waiting to see if it pops up again. All right, well, this ended up taking longer than I thought. I wasn't able to finish recording on Monday, so it is now Friday, which is, it's the closest I've been to recording and uploading in a long time. But we're going to try and work on this ship a little bit more before we finish it off. Or at least that's what I would say if we had steel plates to build with. It's still working on the nacelles. Oh no, we seem to have started firing on something. It's a kamikaze drone. That's not great. I had just gone out to gather some ice in Red Dwarf here, and hopefully we have ammo. I should probably just click. Okay, we've got ammo, so if it does, well, it is going to come in close. Oh no. Need to roll to get some more turrets on it. There we go. Oh, try and strafe. I see the gold, or the alien ice at least, so that's nice. All right, I don't know what we're shooting at. I don't know how much we lost. But let's get that ice. Of course, I died. I thought that was the exit. It was just the wall I painted black. Oops. Honestly, that was probably for the best because now I can add some spotlights to the red dwarf so that I can see. Now I just have to figure out where to put these on red dwarf. Oh, that probably wouldn't be a bad spot. I do need my tools, though. The lag has gotten better, but it's still there, which is really annoying. The shadow this cast, though, is kind of funny, so there's that. Having this camera to park this has been so nice. And with that, we pulled in 6.9 million alien ice. I think that'll tide us over on ice for a little while. All right, well, I've got the attack ship's hydrogen tanks filling at the moment. The more I'm thinking about using them as kinetic missiles, might not be a great idea. It's probably not a great idea. Definitely not a great idea thinking about it. Okay, so I just had the strangest problem. I'm going to end the episode here after I go through back what I was talking about. For whatever reason, my new graphics card was having massive encoding lag, and I don't know why. I have gone back to full screen. That seems to have helped it. I turned down some of the settings. But yeah, for whatever reason, it wasn't recording. That is the strangest thing. So anyway, what I plan on doing is possibly extending this back so we have at least some empty hangar space We're likely going to do the drone ports on this. We've got six crew chambers plus another big room like this. And then I'm going to put the medical center here. And the reason why I'm going to put the medical center here is it is going to be the most protected, because the top of this ship is always going to be hopefully facing towards the enemy. And if the AI is not in charge, then I'm going to put the belly of this ship against whatever I'm at, be it a asteroid or whatever. But I just need to figure out how to do the front of this ship. But until next time, because I need to figure out what's going on with my graphics card, thank you all for watching, and hopefully you have a good rest of your day.